Hi guys, Becky here with Galiji, here to do a kneeling balancing sequence with you today. So this will be a short sequence. If you'd like to do a little warm-up, I recommend either the warrior sequence or the sun salutation sequence that are also pretty short. So I'll give you a nice warm-up before we get into a kneeling balancing. A couple things to remember about our balancing. So balance is really not necessarily about our strength of our, let's say, a standing leg if we were doing a standing balance, or our arms if we're doing an arm balance. It's more about our core. So it's really important that you work on establishing really strong core muscles. So not just the muscles of your abdominals, so it's not just having a six-pack, if you will, and having that kind of strength, but it's also about having strong muscles that are part of your back. So we have a lot of different muscles and they're pretty thin and small for the most part that are in our back. So lots of different ways for us to strengthen them, but also lots of opportunities and areas for things to get a little tweaked out. So balancing will help improve the strength of your abdominals, but to make your balancing even better, work on strengthening your abdominals as well. So let's go ahead and get started in our kneeling sequence today. So depending on what surface you're using today, I would recommend some knee padding. So this would be for people who have, like I do here, some wood floors with a squishy mat, but if you have carpet, you might not need that. So let's go ahead. You can use a blanket, you can use a towel, but just a little bit of something here for the knees. One quick note, so this isn't appropriate for our wrist. So if you have tender wrist, when you push down on really squishy surfaces, the heel of the hand actually pushes down further than the rest of the hand. So it actually makes your wrist hurt more because it goes greater than 90 degrees if you have a really squishy or soft surface. So for the wrist, it's better to have a hard surface because that will stop the wrist at a 90 degree. So we'll begin with the knees on something soft, the wrist underneath something a little firm. So pressing down through the floor. So finding our base here. So the base is the fingers and the palms spread wide, the knees pressing down, the abdominals are engaged. So we're not collapsing. We're not collapsing in the shoulders or in the belly. Nice and strong, well lifted. The neck is in line. We'll begin with just a couple of cat-cows before we begin. Exhaling as you drop the head in between the arms, gazing at the navel. On an inhale, pull the chest forward, sit bones towards the back. Exhale into cat. Inhale to cow. One more. Exhaling into cat, arching through the spine. Inhaling forward to cow, feeling the chest come forward, the sit bones towards the back, and then exhaling here to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to take the left toes back, the left heels pressing away. Then if you'd like to add on, here's the balancing part, we'll lift the left leg up. So now we only have 3 parts of the body that are on the ground. So we were more stable with 4. Now we only have 3. If you'd like to add on further, the right hand will come along up by the right ear, right fingertips pulling towards one side of the room, while the right heel goes towards the other. Then placing the hand and the knee back to the mat, cycle through a cat posture, and then a cow, before coming to find a neutral spine. So we're going to stay with that side. So we'll take the left heel straight back this time. The right fingertips will come right up. Then from here, we're going to add a little movement. So we're going to bend at the knee and at the elbow, drawing them together through a cat. And then extending back out, long. 2, knee to elbow. 3, knee to elbow. Don't forget to breathe. 4, knee to elbow. 5, knee to elbow. 1 more. Stretching long before we gracefully place the hand and the knee back down to the mat. Exhaling into cat. Inhaling to cow. Next exhale, we'll push back to child's pose, allowing the forehead to come to the mat. Next in-breath, we'll come all the way up through a cat posture into the neutral spine. This time we'll take the right toes back, starting first with the right heel pressing away, then bringing the right leg up to about hip height. So remember, we're now at 3 parts of support. And you're always welcome to stay at 3. If you'd like to add on, we'll bring the left hand forward. So we're reaching the left fingertips forward as the right heel pulls away. The left arm is right next to the left ear. And then placing the hand and the knee back down to the mat. Coming through a cat pose, pressing the ground away. Forward into cow. And then back through cat to that neutral spine. From here, we're going to go straight back into sunbird, which is hand and foot pulling out. Remember, it's always an option to just do one. If you have both the hand and the knee lifted, reaching for opposite sides without collapsing in the chest or the belly. On an exhale, we'll do 6, bringing elbow to knee. 1, 2, elbow to knee, reaching long, elbow to knee, 3, reaching long, elbow to knee, 4, reaching long, elbow to knee, 5, extend, elbow to knee last time. Remember, we're going to hold the extension when we come back out this last time. And then bring the hand and the knee back to the mat. Exhaling up through cat, and then we'll sit back into child's pose. Taking 3 more breaths in child's pose. After your 3rd breath on an inhale, we'll come back up to hands and knees. So I'm going to actually turn sideways so you're able to see a little differently here. So we're going to add on to that hands and knees position that we were just in. So from our hands and knees position, we're going to take the right leg, can't turn sideways, the left leg back behind you. We'll then bend the left knee, bringing the left foot towards the buttocks. From here, we're going to externally rotate the left leg out to the side. You can stay here if you'd like to add on, maybe extending the left leg straight out. If the leg is straight, drawing the leg back behind you, squaring the hips and the chest, and then bringing the left knee down towards the mat. So working over now to the other side, we'll take the right leg first back behind you, bend at the right knee, externally rotate the right leg out to the side, either staying here or extending the right leg out long. If the leg is long, drawing it back behind you, and then placing the right knee onto the mat. Exhaling into cat. Inhaling forward to cow. Exhaling to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to take the right leg back this time, and we're going to kickstand the left leg out to the side, ensuring that the left wrist is aligned with the left knee. We'll then drop the instep of the right foot, the straight leg, down to the mat. On an in-breath, open the right arm all the way up to the ceiling. So noticing now we still have 3 points onto the mat. If you'd like to add on, right arm can come up by right ear, and then maybe bringing right leg up as well. If you really want to challenge your balance, maybe bringing elbow to knee, and then pressing back out. If you want to try that, we're going to do it 3 total times. And then planting the right foot, extending the right arm up towards the ceiling. From here, we'll bring the right hand back down, right knee back down as you pivot back towards the center. From here, we'll move now to the other side. So we'll take the left leg back. We'll then kickstand the right leg out to the side. Bring the left heel instep down to the mat, ensuring that the hand, the knee, and the foot are all in alignment. On an in-breath, we'll open the left arm up towards the ceiling. So noticing we still have 3 parts on the ground: right hand, right knee, left foot. If you want to add on, left arm will come up by left ear, and then left leg will float up off of the mat. If you'd like to add on from here, bringing left knee and foot and elbow together 3 times like we did before. And then we'll place the left foot back to the mat, left arm back up towards the ceiling. Then we'll bring the left hand back down to the mat, bringing both knees back to the mat, exhaling through cat as we sit back into child's pose. From child's pose on an in-breath, coming all the way back up. This time we're going to come to kneeling. So come to kneeling on your mat. Knees are pressing down, legs are about hip distance apart. We're then take the right leg out to the side. Right toes can either be facing the same direction as your hips, or the right toes can come out to either the side with the toes on the ground or the toes lifted. So finding whatever feels comfortable for you today. So with the weight over the left leg on an in-breath, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. And on an exhale, laterally flex the spine now over to the right. The right hand will come down to the right leg as the left arm reaches up and over. This is gate pose. It's also a balance, so we only have 2 little bits on the ground, but they're not our normal bits to be on the ground. On an inhale, we'll bring both arms all the way up overhead, and on an exhale, left hand will now come down to the ground, and the right hand will stretch in a long line. So we've been here once before, but just stretching in the opposite. Then we'll bring the right hand towards the ceiling, press back up, both arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to heart center. From here, see if we can switch without using the hands. So this time we'll bring the left leg out to the side. Remember, options for your feet for whatever direction feels right for you. Next inhale, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. On an exhale, laterally flex the spine to the left, then allow the left hand to float to the left leg as the right arm reaches up and over. So pressing down through the right knee, the right arm is reaching up and over, feeling a beautiful stretch. On your next in-breath, both arms will float up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, right hand will come down to the ground, and the left arm will come up by your ear. We've been here once before. Next inhale, we'll bring both arms all the way up towards the ceiling, bringing the hands to heart center as we bring the left knee back next to the right. Next inhale, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. And on an exhale, sit back down onto the heels. Then from here, what I'd like you to do is just roll out the wrist. So first take your thumbs and bring them inside of your palms before you put the fingers down. It'll help to stretch the thumbs differently. Make sure you roll the wrist in the opposite direction. Then pausing, bringing the hands back to heart center. From here, take a gentle bow towards your fingertips, allowing the eyes to gently close. Taking a deep breath in, filling the mind and the body with gratitude. And on an exhale, releasing out any tension. Next inhale, filling the mind and the body with love. And on an exhale, breathing out all of your peace and ease. Next in-breath, filling the body with compassion. And on an exhale, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Next inhale, allow the head to float gently back up and the eyes to open. Thank you for your practice today. Thank you for being here on this journey with me. Namaste.